Hello, welcome to Yates Makes. Today I'm doing some more Linocut printing, but with a bit of a twist because I'm using these. So much fun. Right, before we get into the cutting techniques, let's just take a quick look at the drawing I'm working with. It's a portrait of Howlin' Wolf. He's an old blues musician. So simple. Did a Procreate sketch, drew the silhouette first with the freehand selection tool, and then worked into that with an eraser set on the old brush tool to just scratch in those midtones and highlights and keep some kind of gestural marks and expression. My iPad sketch I have printed out onto, well, I flipped it and then printed out onto an A4 sheet, so I'm going to transfer this now to my lino. Because I'm using this soft cut stuff, it's great, but the only drawback is it's the same colour all the way through, which means you know, I find it helps to stain it with a colour of acrylic, just a thin wash to make it easier to see what you're removing. Okay, let's stop talking and get on with transferring this image. So to transfer, I'm going to use a bit of graphite on the back. So the first step in transferring is to outline those block areas of black tone. Okay, you can see where I'm up to. So I'm just going to add a few kind of directional marks that will help me once I start with my brush and ink work. But I think I'm about ready. Okay, as you can see, I chose to work with liquid ink and a brush, mainly because I love working this way, but also thought it would retain some of the kind of gesture and mark making. It did start to smudge though, as you'll see once I start carving, so maybe Sharpie would have been a better idea. Right then, my lino plate is kind of ready to start carving. I've got some excess, so I'm just going to warm up a bit, I guess, try a few things out. So I've got a few kind of spherical, cylindrical objects that I'm going to need. You can see why I'm using soft cut, because it wraps really nicely around a curved object and will give me a lot more, well, I'm hoping, will give me a lot more control over my marks. So I've got 3 different rasps there, a kind of semicircular, a round and a flat, and I've got a couple of metal files as well, which I'm thinking are going to give me some smaller marks. So let's have a look. This is my round file wrapped around this spray can, and you can see that gives me quite a broad mark. It's got an edge on it, so I could try that as well. Gives me a nice sharp mark. The round file, oh, that's great. That's really good to work with, that one. So that's going to be a winner. Then this one, I'm thinking the edge on here might be quite good. Definitely. Okay, wrapped around a pen, I'm able to get some shorter marks. So if I can avoid using lino tools, I'm gonna, that might be the answer to get some of the smaller marks, but also keep them deep enough. Right, I'm about ready. I'm just gonna crack on with it. Nothing to lose, right? doing the background is so much fun. Better not grate into a pressurised can though. Might be the last video I make. Right, everything up to this point has been done with the files and the rasps, so I'm going to do a quick print, see how it looks. I've made a few mistakes, just lost focus, got a bit carried away in the eye there and the shadow under the nose, but look, this is an experiment. If I like it, you know, I'll do it again with a few modifications. Alright, let's take a look. Definitely got potential. I think what I need to do is file a bit more and then actually get the lino tools out, get some sharper lines for a bit of contrast. Now, I've been carving a little while now. What I'm finding is having all of these kind of grated rasp filed areas already there as a kind of starting point. I'm actually hacking away at this, and they're a great guide, and I'm being far looser and freer than I normally would be with the lino tools. A lot more experimental, a lot more kind of gestural, which is what I was aiming for, because I was just getting so fed up and bored of the really kind of, you know, laborious, kind of meticulous, very precise carving. You know, I wanted to kind of spice up the process a little bit, try some new things. So already kind of achieved that, purely because I'm enjoying myself, I'm playing, and you know, that's the main point of art, right? So I'm going to carve for another few minutes, do another print, maybe come back at it with the file, lino cutters, we'll see. That's where I'm up to. Okay, I spent a bit longer doing some work with the lino tools and a bit more filing and inked up. Let's have a look, see how he's looking. Just have a sneaky peek, both sides, looks pretty good. And there we go, not too bad. Definitely the technique has got potential. You can see I've added his pipe in there. Yeah, well pleased with that. The combination of kind of filed, quite erratic textures with some lino tool work, definitely, you know, I might go and print a quick run of those, or do it again while I'm on a roll, correcting a few of those mistakes I made. Having got to this point, I thought best to do it again, mainly because I was really conscious there was a few mistakes in there, and I knew I'd do it better second time round. So here's me pulling off my first print from my second block, which I found so much easier to carve, having kind of warmed up and made a few discoveries with the technique. Dead chuffed with this one, got loads of interesting mark making in it, it's given me loads of ideas for moving on. This one is going to go in a post to a very good friend. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it got across some of the benefits of experimenting, trying to keep your techniques fresh. Looking forward to seeing you soon in another video. Take it easy. Bye bye.